Hey, Wayne here, and today I'm riding the TST R002. It's a moped-style e-bike, and we're going to check it out right now. Oh, I knew it was going to happen eventually. Thanks to TST for sending me out their R002 e-bike for review. TST has nothing to say with this video other than to help me with any questions that I may have while making this review. This is my second TST e-bike. I've also done a review on their cargo e-bike, which I like a lot. If you'd like to check that video out, I'll put a link down below in the comment and description area. All right, let's jump in. At the time of this review, the TST R002 is going for $799 on the TST website. If you decide you want to get this bike, I have my affiliate links and a discount code down below in the area for comments and the description. The R002 comes in 3 colors: black, white, and the one I'm riding today, orange. This bike can accommodate riders from 5'2" to 6'4". It weighs just over 71 pounds and can handle a weight capacity of 450 pounds. So in addition to riding it with the throttle, you can also ride it like a regular bike. It has a 7-speed Shimano gearing system, and that'll also help you between the different modes depending on what type of terrain you're riding on. Okay, the battery is a 48 volt 15 to 25 amp hour battery, and it comes with a charger that'll charge the bike in about 4 to 5 hours if it's almost dead. TST says this bike can get from 65 to 100 mile range. Of course, that's going to vary depending on your weight, payload on the bike, type of terrain you're riding, throttling all the time as opposed to adding some pedaling in. All that's going to change the amount of distance you're going to get, so keep all that in mind. It's a dual suspension bike. You got front forks, they're non-adjustable, and a rear spring shock. So it works. It's nothing great, but I'm glad it's there. It does help out a bit, so good for that. The bike also comes with pegs that you have to mount on the rear of the bike. They're fun to have. Rest your feet on there. I guess if you can fit somebody else on the bike, they could put their feet there too. So you got pegs. So this bike, out of the box, can go 20 miles per hour. Now, that makes it a class 2 bike, but you can switch that to a class 3 e-bike and hit a range of about 27, 28 miles per hour. The site says 32, but everything I've done, I can get closer to 27, 28 miles per hour when I have it unlocked. So I'm going to show you how to do it both ways. One, I'm just going to throttle and see how fast we get up to 20 miles an hour, and then I'm going to unlock it and try it again and see if we can get that 27, 28, who knows, maybe 32 miles per hour. So let me turn around here, get some road in front of me, and we'll start from here. There's a slight incline and then it flattens out. So, all right, here we go. Throttle only. Class 2 e-bike should get up to at least 18, 19, 20 miles per hour. We're hitting 18, 19. My battery is almost fully charged. If it was fully charged, I probably would have hit the 20. I'm still going about 17, 18. That was on a slight uphill. Let's see, I'm gonna try to pedal. Took my hand off the throttle, and now I'm getting about 18-ish. So I think if I had a full charge, I probably would have hit the 20 mile per hour mark. So I'm gonna turn it around, unlock it. Here, I'll go ahead and unlock it right now. So to do that, you gotta turn the bike off. I'm gonna put a video up to show you how to do it. So actually, I will be right back. I'm gonna unlock it and then I'll be right back. Okay, so in the app, you can connect to your bike. And once you do, you can change the class. So class 2 is 20 miles per hour. Class 3 is 28. The site says 32, but I think it's actually 28. tap class and switch it, agree, and well, I hit disagree, agree, and now the bike is in class 3 mode, which will get it up to 28 miles per hour, possibly 32, but I believe it's at 28, which it says right here on the app. So now if you don't want to use it this way, because to do that you need to sign up with the app, what you can do is you can do it manually, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. With the bike off, you're going to press or grab your handle, your brake handle, and then you're going to press the plus, minus, and power button all together to start the bike. When it starts, you're going to see that top line flashing. Now what you're going to do is press and hold the plus and minus together. Now you're in the settings mode. And if you press, well, you got to do it quick. You can't wait too long or it reverts back. Press up to go to kilometers, press down to go to miles per hour. Now to go through the P settings here, you're going to tap the light button. Well, let me set it again. Press the light button. Now you're on P2. P3. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch that 0 to a 1. Now it's ready to be ridden at up to 28 miles per hour. So what you can do from here is turn the bike off, turn it back on. That top line will no longer be flashing, and it's ready to go. Okay, so once again, I am in the 5th power assist mode, and it is unlocked, so it should hit at least 27, 28 miles per hour. Throttle only. Let's go. All right, so I'm going 13, 18, 21. Again, the bike isn't fully charged, but it's close. 24. It's cold out here. 26. 27. I saw 28 flash. I think I got up to 28. So it's nice and quick. So this bike has the standard 5 levels of pedal assist, and you kind of got to be careful too, because it has a lot of torque from a dead stop. You can like that, you can start it and it'll just take off and pop a wheelie when you don't mean to. So it's a pretty cool bike. If you like doing that kind of stuff, then this is a good bike for you. The tires on this bike are 20-inch by 4-inch wide fat tires. So that's going to be good for a lot of different terrains like street riding, gravel riding, some off-road is going to be good. I don't have any snow around here, so I can't tell you if it's good in the snow, but I have a feeling it probably does okay in the snow. For brakes, we have 180 millimeter hydraulic disc brakes. I'm going about 50 miles an hour. I'm going to slam on the brakes. Brakes work pretty good. Okay, so the R002 is a great bike. It could be one of the best moped style bikes out there. It's got a low price. You don't need a license to ride it. And it's street legal. So this could be good for a lot of people. The R002 also comes with turn signals that I kind of stumbled across. So if you double tap the plus button, you'll see there's a right arrow. Tap it twice and you get a flashing bar there on the right side, and the rear brake light is now flashing on the right. Tap it twice again to stop it. Tap the left one, or negative, -1 twice, and you got that on the left side now flashing. The brake light is flashing on the left side also. And if you tap the top one, it goes to the right. So you could stop it that way, but now your right one's flashing. Just tap it again to end it. Now, when you're going and you're riding the bike, if you want to go up to pedal assist 1, tap the plus button, tap it again. But if you do it too quick, you're going to wind up changing the turn signals or turning the turn signals on. So you're going to want to put a little space in between doing that. Once your bike is on, you're going to see your battery level, your pedal assist, your miles per hour, and your trip. Now, if you press or tap the power button, just tap it, it'll switch from trip to odometer. Tap it again, it goes back to trip. All right, this has been a very fun bike. I think this bike is a lot of fun on gravel. Brakes work well. So this isn't a very steep hill, but it is a hill. And I'm getting up at about 20 miles an hour, pretty close to that anyway. No problem. So I don't have a lot of hills, but this is kind of a hill I'm riding down. And I am hitting 26 miles per hour, 28. Yeah, that's with an unlocked speed limiter there. I think I did hit 28 miles per hour. The TST R002 is a good bike for anybody that's looking for a little bit more excitement out of an e-bike. It's a solid e-bike with a low price, has a lot of power, a lot of torque, turn signals, dual suspension, fat tires. It's a fun bike to ride. So if you're interested in this, check out my affiliate links down below in the comment and description area. Grab yourself one, get out there and ride, and I'll see you on the next one. Okay, so we have the TST R002 e-bike. We're going to put this together. We're going to start with the handlebar. I have it in the garage today because I don't know if you can tell, but it's raining outside, so I got everything inside. I'm using a big light to brighten this up. But anyway, so we're going to start with the handlebar. Now what you're going to have to do to start here is remove or loosen these two screws on the stem. Take this little cap off the top. Take the screw completely out and turn the stem on the top part of the stem, the handlebar part, upside down and put it back in. So tighten it all down. That will give you a little bit more room on the bottom here when mounting the handlebar. So let's get started. All right, the first thing we're going to do is make sure to loosen these on the stem here for the handlebar, so that way we can turn it into the right position. Next, you're going to take off this little cap right here that's holding it down, and take the same wrench, but you're going to completely remove this one. Okay. I'm going to take this out. There's a washer, don't lose it. Then you're going to pull off this little cap here. Turn this completely upside down. Put this piece back on, this cap. Put the screw back in. Tighten that down, tighten these two down. Make sure this is pretty straight. You can always readjust later if it's not. Tighten these down pretty good. And then we'll move on to the rest of the handlebar, which is going to be taking off these 4 screws to put the handlebar back on. So I'm going to put this little plastic cap back on right here. And I'm going to remove these. Okay, let's place the handlebar into the stem, place this cap back on, and you should be able to get it started with your fingers. We'll mount them by going crisscross to get a nice even fit there. Now, tool-wise, it comes with its own little tool kit. I prefer using my own tools on all my bike installs. Pretty much all the bikes do come with tools nowadays, so that's a good thing. But I will put a link down below for all the tools that I like to use, that I personally like to use when installing bikes. So the handlebar is pretty much straight. I've tightened this cap back down, so we're going to move on to the next step. For me, it's going to be the kickstand, because once I put the front tire and wheel on, you're going to want it to be able to stand on its own, so I'm going to install the kickstand next. So for the kickstand, all you have to do is remove the 2 screws that are already in the kickstand. Don't lose the washers that are there. You could probably pull this cable out just a little bit. There's 2 holes here. What you're going to do is put the kickstand on the other side of those 2 holes, and then you're going to put the screw back in and get it to line up with the kickstand hole and screw hole and screw it back in. So I got one here started, and then I'll do the next one, and the kickstand will be done. So to prepare to put your front tire and wheel on, you're going to want to loosen the spacer a little bit more with your fingers. There is a sort of a locking washer here. Make sure that that's completely loose, that tooth there is not in one of those holes. Put your foot on it, raise it up, and it comes right out. Also, double check, make sure there's no spacer in between the brake pads here. If there is, you're going to want to pull it out. This one doesn't have one, but who knows, some of the bikes may come with them, so double check that. All right, so once you have that off, you're going to want to remove this nut. Remember the order here. It's a nut, the locking washer, a regular washer, then a spacer. Remove the sleeve because you're not going to need that anymore. And then get your tire wheel here, and through the wheel, you're going to slide that axle through. Now, you can go ahead and remove this nut and locking washer and leave the one regular washer and spacer on that side. And then on the other side, you're going to place back on the spacer and the regular washer. Now, the trick is to get this back onto the front axle or front fork here in front of both of those washers, and then you'll put the rest back on. So you're going to want to do that. At the same time, you're going to want to make sure to slide this brake disc in between the brake pads. And I'm working alone, so I'm going to see if I can get this done without trying to call someone over for some help. But if you have somebody, it'll help a lot if they can lift the front of the bike while you put the tire and wheel, slide it right into place. Okay, this has to be a little bit better. There we go. Slide that in. Put this nut back on. Do the same on the other side. Tighten it all down, and the front wheel and tire will be mounted. It will be completed, and we'll move on to the next step. To install your front fender, you're going to want to remove the screw behind the center part of the front fork. I've loosened it to get this started. And now place the screw back through the slot on the fender. Put it back in that hole there. Get it started. And then take your wrench and screw it in the rest of the way. Tighten it down. Don't over tighten. Leave a little play in it because you might need to adjust in a second after we put the arms in on the side of the fender. So let's do that now. So next you're going to want to remove these screws that are on each side of the fork. Get them off. Then raise this arm up. Place the screw through that little eyelet there and screw it back on. So once you do that, do the same thing on the other side. Tighten up the top part of the fender that you left a little bit loose for this. Make sure everything's lined up, tighten it down, and the front fender is done. I'm going to go ahead and put air pressure in the tires. The tires, mine on the sidewall say inflate to 20 psi. I like to go a little bit less. I'm going to go about 18. I'll have links to all my tools and the air pump that I use to do this. So go ahead and pump your tires up. They usually come with about 10 psi, which is, this one does have 10 psi. So I'm going to go ahead and pump it up to 18. done. So make sure both tires have the proper tire inflation and the tires are done. Okay, so last night I had to stop early because it really started coming down. The rain started pouring pretty heavy, but it's early morning and now we're going to work on the light. So you can kind of use these rubber stops here to hold the light in place to line these two up. Then pull this out and we're going to remove this screw here. There's one on each side, but we'll just worry about one at a time. Line it up. Put the screw back through. Get it going. And then do the same on the other side. Then take your wrench, tighten this up. Don't over tighten. This is a plastic housing. You don't want to break anything. So once you have the light in place, go ahead and get your wrench out. It's a 10 millimeter. And put this other wrench on the other side and start to tighten it down. This one you can get pretty nice and tight. Do the same thing on the other side. And the only thing after that you'll need to do is get your light here. It's color coded and you're going to plug it in just behind the display here. Let me raise the camera up. So this plug here is going to go red to red. Line the pins up. There's also arrows on the housing there, so you can line those up and then just push it together. Now I'm going to go behind the cables a little bit here. I don't think it really matters, but so you do that, tighten the other side up, make sure everything's nice and lined up, and the headlight, the front light, is done. So I've noticed that the display came very loose, so I'm going to go ahead and tighten it up just a little bit. I don't want to break the plastic housing, so don't over tighten. Yeah, that's good. Okay. All right. So to install the front seat, line up these two screws with the rear holes here, and then these four will obviously go here. Now, when I put these two in, these ones in the front are just kind of behind the holes here. They're halfway over it. So to fix that, just push the center of the seat down and it should just slide right in. And there we go. Now all you have to do is put the nuts and washers in underneath. So the seat is now installed. I gotta let you know that the nuts are a little bit hard to tighten on there. I wound up using this wrench, 10 millimeter wrench, to tighten it because this tool is good for getting them started, but ultimately, at least on my bike, the screws, the four that are right here, are a little bit too wide and they rub against the frame of the bike, so I can't get anything in between the nut and the bike or the frame. So I wound up using the wrench and got in there and just kind of kept turning it. It took a little while, but I got it done. All right, to install the pegs, you're gonna go ahead and get your packages. There's two of them in there. You're gonna get them out and it's gonna come with these two brackets, these two screws, this long screw that's gonna go inside the peg and then into the bike. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these aside for now. I'm gonna keep this out. And these pieces here, what you're gonna do, I put one in just to kind of make this a little easier. And I'm using this white line here as a guide. So you're gonna kind of, if you don't, you wanna kind of go over it. So let me go ahead and fit this around right here. Let's see here, go like this. Okay, you wanna fit it slightly over that white line because if you don't, the other side's gonna hit the brake disc. So let's go ahead and put this one in. I've got the other one done already. Get it started. I'm going to grab my wrench. Let's go ahead and screw this down a little bit. Then I'll be right back to show you the rest. Okay, so once you get that bracket on there, make sure you kind of tighten it up evenly so that you don't have one side tighter than the other. Go ahead and take these two parts now, and the peg has a hole through it, and you're going to take this part, you're going to slide it through. It comes all the way out the other end, and then you're going to take your wrench and go ahead and start tightening that up. That won't take too many turns. Get a few more in here. Okay. Make sure you tighten it down good. And your pegs are done. For your pedals, there is a right and a left, and they're marked. I already took the sticker off, but there's a right, and then the other side's left and left. And what you want to do is make sure that you put the right side on clockwise, and then the left side, the other side of the bike, will go on counterclockwise. So make sure you get that straight. I'm going to go ahead and start this off, and then I'll put the 15mm wrench on it, spin it around a little bit, and get it on tight there. So let's see here. Here we go. There we go. One more. There. And the pedals are done. Now that your bike is fully installed, make sure that the tires have the proper air pressure, the battery is fully charged, everything is nice and straight and tight. And get out there and ride, and I'll see you on the next one.